You can very easily swap out the new Bosch LED controller for your existing LED remote or even your Purion 200 display. How to do that in just a few minutes and what you need to watch out for, I'll show you in this video. The Bosch LED controller is one of my absolute favorite control units in the Bosch Smart System. Despite its small dimensions, it offers all the important functions and, in my opinion, has a super intuitive operation. So it's great that you can retrofit it without much effort, especially if your e-bike has an LED remote, like in my case here, or a Purion 200 display installed. If on the other hand you have a Bosch Smart System e-bike with a system controller or Kiox 400C display installed in the top tube, I have a separate video for you here on how you can retrofit the LED controller. The LED controller is compatible with all Bosch Smart System e-bikes and can also be retrofitted to all of them. In terms of tools, all you'll usually need is a few Allen keys, most importantly a 3mm one, for mounting and dismounting the control unit and the grip of your electric bike. Before we start with that, however, you have to bring your e-bike up to date via the Bosch eBike Flow app on your phone. For this, you need at least app version 1.36.5. After that, you have to remove your e-bike from the Bosch eBike Flow app again. Since we're changing the control unit here, your e-bike will also have a new Bluetooth ID, and this is why it has to be reconnected to your smartphone afterwards. To do this, navigate to your bike in the Flow app and into the e-bike settings to delete it from here. But before you do that, you should always deactivate the e-bike lock function as a precaution in case you have it activated. Once that's done, just remove the cable from your LED remote or your Purion 200 display and demount the control unit. Since the LED controller itself comes without a hinge, you'll definitely have to remove your left grip on the handlebar and any other accessories if necessary. Now you can already slide your new LED controller onto the handlebar and tighten it slightly with the 3mm Allen key. Next, screw your grip and all the components you previously removed carefully back on and align it correctly. And finally, check the position of the LED controller once again and tighten it to 1 Newton-meter. Now you just connect the display cable to the LED controller and you have already successfully finished the process of the retrofitting. Of course, you can continue to use all your other displays like the Kiox 300 and 500 or even the smartphone grip as usual with the LED controller. When you turn on the system, you can pair your e-bike with the Flow app again by long pressing the start button at the top of the LED controller and you're perfectly equipped and connected again. The first time you switch on your e-bike using the LED controller, you may have to press and hold the power button a bit longer to complete the activation process. Once that's done, it works exactly like your old control unit and can be switched on with a quick press of the button. Also, you should check after installation whether your e-bike or the components have new updates available. You can now find the LED controller for retrofitting available to order in our shop. I'd be happy if you could support us a little bit with that. There are also a few important things to keep in mind when it comes to ID conflicts and e-bikes equipped with an electronic eShift shifting system. Some of you might still vividly remember that something exactly like this can happen when you are changing the control unit. The error or conflict still occurs, but it's no longer shown on the main display, so it stays hidden in the background the whole time. Provided of course that you bought a brand new control unit from our online shop, for example. However, if you're using a control unit that has previously been paired with another Bosch e-bike, for example if you bought it second-hand, an ID conflict error will actually be displayed. You can then simply dismiss this message and continue using the bike as normal. The next time your bike is at a specialist dealer for diagnostics, they can easily resolve the ID conflict. The use of your e-bike is not affected by this at all for now. However, it's a different story if you have an e-bike with electronic shifting and have it integrated directly into your system. You can tell, among other things, by the fact that the current gear is shown on the display. In that situation, the system then no longer recognizes your rear derailleur, meaning you simply can't shift anymore. In that case too, your specialist dealer must resolve the ID conflict and at the same time reconnect your derailleur to the e-bike. All of that together takes less than 2 minutes and is quickly done, so you're back on the move again. I've prepared more info and details as well as tips on how to use the LED controller in this video for you. If you have any more questions about retrofitting the LED controller, feel free to ask in the comments, and if you want to see more videos like this, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel.